Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So, Liverpool 2, Bologna 0 in our first Champions League game at Anfield this season. And I'm not going to lie, it was a strange game. Again, kind of similar to the Wolves game in the way that I thought we didn't look our usual selves. It wasn't the team that was going out there and dominating possession and really sort of taking the game not so much by the scruff of its neck, but controlling the game from the centre of the park and using the passing, the killing with passes that we're kind of used to seeing from Liverpool so far this season. Instead, it was a game where I think Bologna actually looked quite decent. They looked very good against us. I think that they had a lot of good passing moves, especially down the right-hand side where they had a number of times where they were stringing a few passes together, catching Trent out, catching Salah out, catching Sabazlai out with this little one-touch intricate passing. And I think that Liverpool, whilst we did keep a clean sheet, we also did struggle to defend against them, especially down that right-hand side. I thought the left-hand side, we looked a bit more solid with Robertson there. But at the same time, going forward, I think aside from the goals, there was a number of times where I don't think we looked like we had our usual kind of cutting edge. I think there was a couple of chances where we could have done better. I think Darwin, again, not looking at his best. He's still kind of searching for form, even though he has grabbed a goal this season. He's still kind of struggling, but I don't necessarily see it as well as being, strictly speaking, Darwin's fault, especially in games like this where, we spoke previously, we've heard Arne Slot talking previously, we've heard Liverpool talking previously about how, in order to try and bring the best out of Darwin, we were going to start looking to put the ball, with him in front of goal. We seem to struggle to do that at times. I think that instead of putting him in front of goal, we looked a lot more like we were trying to get the ball for him to run onto it and score a goal. And obviously he had the one chance where he scored, but he was offside. Again, something that we've seen from Darwin fairly regularly, where he kind of struggles in terms of staying onside. Again, I don't know how he's a very, very quick player, but he seems to struggle with the offside traps when teams play it, and he gets caught out quite a lot. And then today was no different with that regard. That being said, I thought that the goals that we scored were very good goals. I think that Mo Salah, whilst I would say that he probably wasn't at his best, he didn't have his best game for us, he was the difference today. It was his over-the-top ball that put McAllister in, which was a great run from him, but equally great ball from Mo Salah to make it 1-0. And then a fantastic finish from him to make it 2-0. Again, though, hats off to Trent in the build-up. His run down the right-hand side pulled the defender away and then kind of opened up the gap in the middle for Salah to come inside and then to just bend his shot left-footed into the far corner. So two really nice goals. Again, I think that we wasn't at our best. I think that, there are areas where we can improve. I'll be honest, I don't necessarily think that we've actually seen the best of Liverpool this season. I think we've seen glimpses of it. I think we've seen some games where we've looked really, really good. The Man United game springs to mind. Bournemouth, I think we looked good in that game, but I don't think we've really sort of seen the Liverpool, it really connects in the way that Arne Slot would want us to this season. But with that in mind, we're still there. We're still grinding out results. We're still top of the Premier League. We've lost one game, only conceded 2 goals so far this season. But hopefully, we'll continue this, we'll kick on, and then, the longer and longer Arne Slot has to work with the team, we will finally start to see the best coming out of certain players. I'd like to see more from the likes of Darwin Núñez. I'd like to see more from the likes of Dominic Szoboszlai. I'd like to see more from the likes of Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, and the like. But whatever's happening at the moment, it's working. That's 2 wins out of 2 now in the Champions League, both against Italian opposition. We seem to like playing against them. And apparently, Mo Salah loves scoring goals against Bologna as well. I think that's his 6th goal against them in 4 games. So So pleased with the result. A better performance than the one we had against Wolves. But I still think that, there's a lot of areas where we can improve upon. For me, man of the match is a tough one. I think it's kind of getting a little bit same old when we talk about man of the match for Liverpool, where I think Gravenberch probably had the best game out of everyone, but I keep on saying that he doesn't put a foot wrong. He looks solid, so therefore I'm going to give my man of the match to Virgil van Dijk. I think he had a good game, both him and Konate. I think that they'd done what they needed to. I think Alisson could also be in there with a shout. I think he made some very good, important saves as well. But I think in terms of just having that defensive rock, I think, whenever the ball's going in and around the area that you'd expect Virgil van Dijk to sort of dominate, he does, and he does it very, very well. Other players notable, again, Gravenberch, I thought he had a good game in the centre. I think there was one occasion where he was kind of bullied off the ball inside the area, which then relied on Alisson to make a good save. Other than that, a few times where he got the ball, he turned. We're kind of getting used to that Gravenberch turn now, where he spins away from the player and then drives the ball forward. Could have done better on one occasion where he was going through on goal and then he kind of almost ran out of steam and just scuffed his shot wide. Other than that, I think not many players were kind of standout performers. I think the engine of Szoboszlai is something that, we're kind of used to and we're kind of taking more and more note of as the season progresses. He does keep on going. I like the way that when we kind of set up, we go with more of a front four when they've got the ball at the back, and Szoboszlai is kind of leading that and triggering that press from the front. I think he does that job very, very well. Again, he played the ball for Salah for his first goal, but Liverpool's second goal. Other than that, I don't think anyone else really kind of stood out. I think Trent had an okay game, probably nothing really special from him, but he was decent. And McAllister as well, I thought he had a good game. There's a few times where I saw a sloppy pass from him. A couple of times where I think he was quite lucky in some senses, because the ball inside our area, he did take a swipe at it to try and clear the ball away. Their player got just in front of him, but somehow he was able to get the ball over his foot underneath the player's foot and kick the ball away. Apologies for the camera there. That's what happens when you use an AI camera. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a decent performance, a solid win, 2-0. Good to keep the clean sheet, good to keep the momentum going. And now we look forward to the game against Crystal Palace, where hopefully we can continue our Premier League form, but start to build a little bit of momentum now, start to pick up good performances along with the wins. Whilst it is great to win games where you're not necessarily playing well, I would like to see us actually turn up and then start to put in more good performances, like string them along. Let's, start to actually play with a bit of confidence, build that confidence in the team through the way that we're playing. I will do a team prediction this week for the Crystal Palace game, although I'll be honest with you, the reason why I'm not doing so many team predictions at the moment is because I'm largely guessing it's going to be a very similar squad to the one that we've just seen, and I don't want to just keep on churning out videos for the sake of it. I'm enjoying doing the match reactions. I do enjoy doing the breakdowns as well, but when it comes to the team selection, I think when we're kind of just going to be predicting it's going to be the same team over and over again, then I'll probably miss those in favour of doing something else. So hopefully there'll be some more news and stuff coming in the future that I can talk about, but let me know down below in the comments, what were your thoughts on the game? Who was your man of the match? What did you think of the performance? Was there any players that you thought played especially well? Is there anyone that you thought played poor, or do you just disagree with me and thought that this was actually a very good Liverpool performance on the whole? So yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of content and the kind of stuff that I'm going to be putting out in the future, and also tick the little notification bell to be notified when I next upload. So as always, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care and goodbye.